My name is Patrik Nilsson. I'm 30 years old and here in Frankfurt to defend my title from last year. I know the course. I think more or less every turn on the bike, the run, it's easy, the swim is great. And I think it's going to be pretty much the same kind of race. We're obviously lacking the three top Germans. I think it's pretty open. So I look forward to race and get it going. To win last year, it definitely comes with some pressure this year to perform well. But overall, I think the goal will be the same as last year, to race well and qualify for Kona and have a good time. I've been on Mallorca for, I think, the last month. So I feel acclimated for both the heat and for a good race. I think I've been biking better than I ever have, and the same with the swim and run. So I don't see any reason why I wouldn't be able to defend the title. So the race in St. George, I was feeling really good before. I was feeling good at the start run as well, but of some reason I performed really bad at the start of the year, and we're trying to figure out what actually happens. But I think we're on a good way, and over the last month or 2 months since St. George, we tried, first of all, to practice more open water, to feel secure in the water and to feel comfortable with a wetsuit, and in this case, a swim skin here in Frankfurt. First, the day before the race, it's not the easiest. You need to get around this different transition, and it's quite a big distance in between. But then out on the course, I think it's one of the biggest crowd is at least here. So it's a huge inspiration all the time, especially on the run once you start to get tired. It's a 4-lap run, and you just go up and down on each side of the river, and it's packed with people. So it's quite cool, actually.
Hi, I'm Nikki Bartlett. I'm from the UK. I'm here to race. I'm on Frankfurt. I've chosen this as my birthday race. What a better present to give to myself. I've never been to Germany. I was working it out. I was like, I don't think I've actually been to Germany. And I love big races, iconic course to come to. Like, everyone's like, you've got to do Frankfurt in your time, and I was like, well, why not now? So we've done some heat prep because we've heard about the freak heat waves here. So we've done a lot of heat prep because it's still cold in the UK. Well, we have some days where it goes to 25 and everyone's like, oh, it's boiling, and I'm like, nah. I need to prepare for 35 plus sometimes this race can be. If anything, a really rocky winter has taught me is to just be happy. Happiness is key. I do a lot of happiness choices in life, like training, events. I go to events which really spark a lot of energy for myself and from the course. I think if you're struggling on the day, sometimes just give yourself a cheeky smile. Because it's hurting, but everyone's hurting, and we've done all the hard work to get here, and it's actually the journey of getting to the race which is special. So race day is almost that celebration. With being a pro, long distance, you have to really create a team around you. So someone, if I'm like, oh my God, my bike's broke, I can call up a mechanic who we have a good relationship with, and he'll just fix my bike, and have a coach, a team, training partners around you. That's really important to be successful, because you're just a small part of a team, really. Run kit of choices, I'm with Hoka, so I'll go for the Carbon X's on the Hoka. I'm actually going to get changed in T2, purely for comfort. Just say wrong time of the month. But also for the heat. I never go out for a run in my tri-suit, so I thought, why am I not getting changed? So I'll have a run kit on, Carbon X's, headband for the heat, to help with, if it's super hot like it could be today.
Hi, my name is Rasmus Svenningsson. I'm 29 years old from Stockholm, Sweden, and it's heating up here in Frankfurt.
Be honest, Rasmus.
The swimming, not so good. I got hit by a car the day before we were supposed to do the shoot. And I had it was quite a bad crash for sure. So I broke my collarbone, and my scapula was in 7-8 pieces. I had to undergo quite extensive surgery. So now I have one metal plate in my collarbone and 2 in my scapula. It's been going mostly well. I mean, it's always like a little bit upside down when you're recovering from, especially as like a professional athlete. You always want to push things as much as possible. So at quite a few times I had to like back off a little bit, but and then so you titrate things. Try to push it, and then maybe have to take like a small step back. Overall, it's been going, I mean, really fast considering the magnitude of the injury to start with.
You know, tell us about your relationship with your father.
Yeah, it's a dream relationship, and he's like my biggest supporter. He's always been that, and he's been to, I think, almost like every race I've ever been to.
Except the one that you won.
Yeah, except the one that I won.
In Lake Placid.
Yeah.
And South Africa recently.
Yeah. At home, we live together, and you know, we're equally geeky about triathlon and training, physiology, equipment, all that kind of stuff. So that's what you know, the dinner table conversations are about.
My name is Bradley Weiss, 33 years old, from Stellenbosch, South Africa, competing in my debut Ironman European Championships here in Frankfurt on Sunday. Nah, mate, I come from Africa. This is not hot. Yeah, it's definitely the most technical road race that I would have done before, I think. Most amount of cornering, like varying terrains on the bike course, bit of cobbles, bit of like fast, flat roads, but lots of cornering. So I think bike handling skills will play a pretty big role in this race. It seems like the marathon is quite well suited to me. I'm a bit of a smaller athlete in comparison to the more like traditional stereotypical body types for Ironman. And I seem to not break down as rapidly as them on the marathon. In saying that, this is my 3rd Ironman. I've done 2 Ironman Africa Championships, and unfortunately in both races the swim was shortened, so technically speaking this will be my first full Ironman. So if I have to answer your question, strength I think will be my run. Frankfurt is known for the heat, and this past Sunday we just had a day of like 38 degrees Celsius here in Frankfurt, so I'm hoping that it's not that hot. It looks like we're going to be in for a cooler day, probably around mid to high 20s, which I think suits me quite well. From an equipment standpoint, you know, timing is a huge part of what we do, and keeping track, especially within an Ironman context. It's such a long day, and pacing yourself correctly is really important. So I've been a Wahoo athlete now for 2 years. We're going into my 2nd season, and as I've transitioned to long course racing, it's been amazing how the equipment has really supported that transition for me. The integration between the bike computer and the running watch is just seamless. You know, I mean, you can pretty much hit start on arrival, and I wear it constantly. It's something that's on me all the time. It's connected to my phone. Probably too much integration almost.